Some nice sunlight. So we have now arrived at Valdresflye. So this mountain here is called, or this plateau at least, is called Valdresflye. And our main goal here right now is to set up and do some time-lapse. So I found my first location here. So we have this really beautiful river coming down into the valley. We got some nice little bushes in the foreground here. And my plan right now is to set up the slider. So it's technically going to be something like this, where the camera is pointing that direction with the bushes on the lower or the bottom of the frame. And it points to the river, and it's going to follow the river down, up like this, and then end with the picture down the valley. So that's my idea for first time lapse up here. So I'm just gonna set everything up and then see how it goes. On the way up here, we did actually spot some reindeer. So we did take some videos and photos or pictures of the reindeer on the way up here. So I might share that as well before or after this time lapse. And yeah, it was really nice. You got this kind of beautiful mountain in the background, and you have these 4 reindeer running over the plateau with these nice autumn colors. So I think that turned out to be really good. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna quickly set up this time lapse and then hopefully get a short, nice video of the whole thing. Time lapse is now finished, but while this was kind of recording, a dipper actually landed on the rock right down there. So I might get actually a dipper in one of the pictures in here, but I am afraid that these bushes are in between, like in the way. So I'm not sure. I don't think that's. I don't think I got lucky there. But I brought the 300 with me here just in case the dipper comes back, and I might get a picture of him. But yeah, so the time lapse is finished, and I was thinking the settings I have in my time lapse is the shutter speed is quite high. I think it's around 1/400 of a second, which means that the bushes in front of here is gonna move itself a lot around. So that might not look as good as I think, but to counter it, I could have had a lower shutter speed, so the leaves and the water was much smoother, moving much smoother in the frame. But unfortunately, I do not have any filters with me, so I can't get that low of a shutter speed to get that effect. So what I'm thinking right now is I want to try to reset the time lapse and then just do a video of the same thing, and then maybe be able to kind of use the video for the foreground and then the time lapse for the sky. That might work, but I'm not sure because the video has this kind of cropping thing. It's not like what do you call it, open gate on this one, I think. So it might have a little bit of crop. So it's going to be probably too hard to combine those two in editing. But I'm going to try because I think it's worth the effort to try it. So I'm just going to restart this. So now it's going back down to its position. And then I'm going to change from time-lapse in the app to video and then hit record. I'm going to have the slow-mo or at least 60 or 50p video so I can slow it a little bit down because I think the slider might have this kind of very fast movement. So I don't think I can get a slow enough movement to capture the whole time-lapse. So let's see, I'm going to try around, see if I can manage to get this to work. And it does say here that I can do 1 minute. So I think I had 25-second time lapse. So let's see if I can match that with 25-second video. There we go. And then I'm gonna not do the cable. I'm just gonna do it in the camera. The video is gonna be in the camera, and then I'm gonna start at the same time almost. So let's see. I'm gonna have to have the same F value, I think. Something like that. And then I'm gonna record. I'm gonna take... I'm not gonna have 100 frames because that one is... I know that one is cropped, but I think maybe 50 frames is also a little bit cropped. Let's see. It actually does. It only looks like it's only the 16:9 crop, so it keeps the edges. So this might actually work quite well. So I'm gonna record there, and then I'm gonna start here. Let's see. So now you can see it's moving. So if I get a video of the foreground with the leaves and the river, and then the sky is going to be the time lapse. I think that would be really cool if I manage to do that. Otherwise, if I can't combine those two, I'm just going to stick. Actually, I might show both the time lapse in the video separately, but I'm definitely going to stick with the time lapse at least. So yeah, after this, we're going to pack down. We don't have another location in mind, but we're just going to scout around, see what we find, and hopefully find another location where we can do another time-lapse. So I think today it's going to just be a time-lapse day, and then tomorrow, really cross my fingers for tomorrow for some night sky. So yeah, I'm just going to pack everything down and then head to a new location. So I've reached a second location. I have hiked up this small hill, which I think is called Smørkollen. I'll leave the name up on the screen. So this one is quite nice. This little hill is quite nice because you have this amazing view over the valley here. And to the right, on the bottom of this valley, is where Beitostølen is. So right now I have set up my camera. It is running. I did it without filming it because I've done it so many times now. It takes a little bit of time. So you've seen some of it earlier today, how I set it up. But my goal here is to aim the camera down into the valley where Beitostølen is, and then it's going to follow up along the cliffside here. So it's going to have some of the cliff in the foreground. There's some beautiful red leaves here. It's going to be blurred out, but I have f11 just in case to get some like recognition that this is plants in the foreground. So that's going to be in the foreground, and it's going to follow the rock up here, up the hill, and then it's going to pan to the right, and then you're going to get like a really nice overview of this valley. And it's amazing autumn colors right now. So that is the goal. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about here is that this time-lapse slider is quite lightweight, and there's a lot of wind, so it might wiggle a little bit. So I have put a really high shutter speed. It is around 1/1600th of a second. So I hope that will be good enough not to have like too much wiggling or shake in the time-lapse. But yeah, I think I'm just going to do one time-lapse up here because the wind is quite strong. It is quite cold. So yeah, I might also do some pictures as well while this is running. But we're going to do one more location after this, and I think we're going to head back up to Valdresflye because there is this really big lake there, and it looks like it has some good potential for time lapses. So me and my father is going to head there and try for our last time lapse of the day. We're quite lucky with the sun right now. It is some breakage in the clouds compared to earlier, but the forecast is saying that it's going to be cloudy again. So yeah, let's see how that goes. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna let this run. I'm gonna do some pictures as well, and just hope for the best that this time lapse turns out to be good without any shakes or anything like that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna use the vlogging camera for some extra pictures. I think we found our next location, or at least next time-lapse. This one is a little bit tricky, but what I am aiming for is to have a cabin in a little bit of a foreground, and then the background is going to be this kind of mountainside up to the right with a small town down there. And hopefully some light will come through these clouds and kind of shine up the area in the background, as well having these kind of colorful plants in the foreground, because you have this really beautiful red-orange in the foreground here. I'm just not sure how I'm going to capture everything, you know, in one time lapse. But yeah, as you can see, the mountain on the end there behind the cabin, that one, no, it's actually, there's a mountain over there that's called Beitostølen. That's Beitostølen, so that's a different one. I don't remember the name of that one, actually. But yeah, I can leave a name somewhere on the screen for the mountain in the background there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna set up the time lapse here, the slider, everything, and maybe start a little bit low, go up, starting pointing that way, and then panning that way while it goes to the left. So I think that's the goal here, and yeah, take it from there. Maybe I can also do some single images around here, but I think we are mostly aiming for a time lapse right now. We are starting to lose a little bit of daylight, so I think I just have to set everything up now. All right. That. Huh? Well, the time lapse was going. It was all gray and dim, but now that both the time lapse, so I did 2 time lapses. When both of them are over, we're packing down. The sun comes forth like this, lighting up this beautiful landscape right now. So we're not gonna do another time lapse because we're getting hungry. We have to go get home, get some food in us. But I think I'm gonna do some quick images as like comfort for the not having succeeded on the time lapse. I still think the time lapses will be good. It's just that I wanted some of this sunlight to just like beam over this beautiful landscape. But unfortunately, that did not happen while the time-lapse was going. So yeah, the sun is coming forth now. It is lighting up a little bit too much maybe, but it looks really beautiful still. So you get these amazing colors in the grass here and the landscape. So I might do some pictures, but yeah, we're still gonna call it. You can just see I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the small town over here. It's just lighting up with all the sun coming from the side here. It looks really beautiful to the naked eye. But yeah, we'll do some quick images and yeah, call it a day. All right. We are now at our last day on our trip. This is the last attempt to photograph the Milky Way. So we are now at a place called Bygden, and as you can see, the sun is setting. We are getting some amazing sunset colors now in the sky. But we are hoping that these clouds are going to clear away in a couple of hours and hopefully get some clear skies for some Milky Way. We were out yesterday. We did not vlog because it was more of a like an ad hoc situation. The sky just cleared up, so we went out. We did get some northern lights, so I did capture a quick time lapse of that, and I did some still images of the Milky Way. So I have gotten some night sky photography during our trip here, but today we are hoping for a bigger session, so I'm aiming for at least 2 time lapses and a lot of pictures. So hopefully these clouds are going to clear off or clear away, and we're going to get some nice results. The weather forecast has been very unpredictable. It has shown clear skies for this day for a couple of days now, and now that we've reached the day, they are kind of showing clear skies, a little bit cloud, and so on. So it's very unpredictable indeed. But yeah, our goal here is to walk inwards the lake here on the right side, and then just around the corner, that's where we are aiming to set up our equipment for some Milky Way. The reason why we've chosen this location is that this road in here along the lake, it's not accessible by cars, you have to walk, so we will not get any lights from cars or anything like that. So we're really hoping for completely dark situation. So yeah, I think that's the goal. We have, I think, at least 2 hours before it gets dark. So yeah, it's all about crossing our fingers and hope the sky just clears up and we get some amazing night sky results tonight. So with that, I think we're gonna head in. I guess it's gonna be 20 minutes walk and we'll be there. All right. We have reached our final location. I think we're gonna set up our gear here. So as you can see on the side, more clear than earlier. So this is looking really good. And that direction is west. So hopefully, if I had done my calculations right, the Milky Way will be a little bit in the southwest and then move along the west and into the north. And we are getting some of the core at the horizon here in Norway. So the goal now is to set up a time-lapse and I'm just going to use the panning time-lapse from the time-lapse slider, or the panning head, rotating head. So the goal is to put the Nikon camera with the 35mm on that rotating time-lapse head, and then aim for the Milky Way core, and then it's going to track the core as it moves along the horizon from southwest to northwest. So that is the goal with one of the time lapses. The second time lapse, which is going to be the vlogging camera here, so that's 18mm. I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to do with that one. I might as well aim that at the Milky Way. That one is just going to be a standing still time lapse. But if there's some hints of northern lights, that's the camera I'm going to point to the north. So if there's some hints of northern lights, I'm going to point it to the north, which is that direction, and hopefully get some more northern lights. Because the forecast, I think, is around 3-4 kp tonight. So there might be some northern lights action going on. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just set up everything. I'm gonna aim the focus now while I still have some lights. I don't have to deal with that during the night. And yeah, I can see the first star over there. So I think 30 more minutes and it's gonna get dark, real dark. So while we're doing the two time lapses, I have two extra cameras actually. I have the OM3 with a 20mm and I have a Nikon Z8 with a 40mm. So those two I am just gonna play around, do some still images while those two time lapses are going. So I have really packed a lot of camera equipment, and I'm so glad that my father is joining me, because we are just loading his vehicle with our full backpacks, so it's not really heavy to carry, so that's really good. But yeah, the time lapse is going to take I think 3 hours, so it's going to last for a long time. So I think we're going to head back to the car during this and warm some food and eat some hot food, and just try to kill some time with some still images, some food, and just looking at the stars. All right, gonna set up. So one of the very crucial things to have with you on these types of night sky photography is a really sturdy tripod. Right now there is some strong wind. I really hope that the microphone is not catching that one too much, but it's really strong wind. So I need to put the tripod in a way where one of the legs is like the backbone on the tripod. There was also a lot of wind yesterday, and the tripod was dealing really good with the wind. So I am not so concerned today either. So I just have to make sure to put it up correctly.
Du må hvile kameraet nedpå, og så bare ha kula mellom